Hello everyone, thank you for joining this session on why study at the University of Reading today. We hope you're all doing a video. So we'll quickly introduce ourselves. So the voice you can hear at the moment is mine. My name is Gemma. I am part of the global recruitment team here at the University of Reading, and I'm based in the West Midlands for my role. And I'm also joined by my colleague Edit today.
Hello, like Gemma said, my name is Edit. I am also part of the global recruitment team at the university, but I work from Southampton.
So for those of us who have joined and may not be able to hear us, we're just going to leave these instructions up on the screen just for a second because we would obviously like everyone to be able to hear the presentation today. We will also get one of our colleagues to post some instructions in the chat box just in case we have any late attendees. So if you would like to ask us a question today, you can do so by expanding your GoToWebinar control panel, expand the questions window and just pop your question in there. If you join from a smartphone app, you just tap the question mark symbol. You can ask us questions throughout this webinar, so you can get them in now if you want to, or if you think of one throughout, just pop it in the question box and we'll get back to you, and we will have a Q&A at the end as well. So today in this session, we will cover who we are, so who are we as a university, our campus, opportunities, support and outcomes, our global impact, so our research, what we can do for you today, and then, as I say, we will have a Q&A at the end. So who are we? The University of Reading initially started out as an extension college of the University of Oxford around 150 years ago. In 1926, we received the power to grant our own degrees by Royal Charter. Since then, we have maintained teaching and research excellence and are ranked in the top 30 UK universities according to the QS World University Rankings. We are proud to have achieved an 84% satisfaction rating from our students, which is above the sector average, and are committed to increasing this by improving our facilities and student opportunities. The 2026 Transform programme has seen us already invest over £500 million into our teaching, our student accommodation and our research facilities. Some of the completed projects include the redesign and update of the library, refurbishment of teaching spaces, and of the 360 nightclub, which is the heart of our Students' Union. Further developments will bring us a new health and life sciences building and further improvements to many more of our facilities. The University of Reading offers an internationally diverse environment and has a global reach. We are home to more than 21,000 students from around 165 countries. In addition to our UK campuses, we have a campus in Malaysia and offer year abroad opportunities around the world for our students. Our research has a global impact, such as our work on global warming and our Cacao Quarantine Centre. In addition to academic excellence and sustainability, our strategic targets include focusing on building up the campus and local area community, and we will be going into more detail about some of these areas later on.
So in addition to all those details about the university, you probably are thinking about what you could study at the University of Reading. We have over 250 courses for you to choose from in your undergraduate year, spanning across arts, sciences, and social sciences. Here are a few examples of the areas people know us quite well for. So we're the highest ranking UK university in agriculture. We own our own dairy and crop farms, focusing on research to improve sustainability and animal welfare. With our core Museum of Zoology, we are well placed to teach animal science and zoology with thousands of specimens ready to help students learn hands-on conservation skills. In our built environment department, we are one of the top departments for built environment courses, and also ranked third in the UK for research impact in architecture, construction, management, and planning. We are consistently ranked as the leading university for real estate in Europe. Therefore, people come from all over the world to study this subject with us. Our Henley Business School was founded in 1945 and is one of the oldest business schools in the UK. We are triple accredited for quality and capacity of our faculty, and we have a global alumni network spanning 160 countries. 98% of our modern languages and linguistics research has been classed as world leading, and this department is fourth in the UK for its impact. We teach many languages such as Italian, which is consistently ranked in the top 10. With one of the largest ranges of dedicated food teaching facilities in the UK, our food science courses are well thought after. We are also heavily involved in research with facilities such as our International Cacao Quarantine Centre. This centre takes a copy of each cacao plant and makes sure that it's safe from any diseases. So in the future, if we still have chocolate, you have us to thank for that. Our subjects related to medicine are in the top 25% in the UK and include courses like biological sciences, pharmacy, biomedical engineering, medical science, and speech and language therapy. And finally, we're ranked second in the world for research in meteorology and atmospheric sciences, and have a long-standing history with the Met Office. Our research on climate change has global impact and has influenced policies the world over, and we will talk more about this later. We will now introduce you to our main campuses. In addition to the White Knights campus, which I'll be talking about, we also have our London Road campus, which is closer to town in Reading, and it's home to our Institute of Education and School of Architecture. Our Greenlands campus is home to our MBA and corporate learning programs for Henley Business School. We also have overseas campuses in Malaysia and South Africa, the South African one being for Henley Business School. So we are truly a global university. This is our White Knights campus. We are a campus-based university, meaning all our academic buildings as well as accommodation and social spaces are on one large park, much like a huge school. In fact, this 130-hectare parkland has won the Green Flag Award 9 times in a row. If you're finding it difficult to imagine how big it is, it's about 40 minutes to walk end to end, and we even have our own lake. We believe having such a huge green space plays a huge role in giving our students a safe and relaxing atmosphere to study in. During term time, we also have a 24-hour transport service between this campus and town, which is only a short 10-minute bus ride away. We also have surveillance throughout the campus for the safety of our students. And now, just to show you some of the areas of the campus, I thought I'd bring up some pictures. So our image in the top left, this is our Fox Hill house, and it's home to our law department. This building overlooks the lake, so you'd be studying in a very beautiful setting. Top right is our Henley Business School, which we mentioned a little bit before. This purpose-built building has its own library, cafe, and teaching spaces, and the adjoining ICMA Centre is home to our finances courses, and its facilities include 3 dealing rooms, which is one of the largest facilities of its kind in the world. The bottom right is our Minghella Studios for our film, theatre and television courses. It contains 3 performance areas, a green room, props room, and its very own cinema. And finally, we have 360, which is the main club room in a students' union. It recently had a £2.9 million refurbishment to improve all of the club's features and facilities. As Gemma mentioned before, we have our Transform 2026 project. As you can tell, we want to make sure our students have the very best places to study and live in while they are studying at the University of Reading. This is something that we have always been passionate about, but in 2016 we started this project, and we are now investing £500 million in making sure that all of our students have better accommodation, teaching spaces and research facilities, and study spaces while they are with us. For example, the top picture here is one of our lecture theatres, which now has more seating, new lighting and audio visual systems, and is more efficient in terms of energy and carbon usage. The bottom picture is of our biological sciences building that will be completed later this year. It will bring all of our biological sciences courses under one roof, as well as the Core Museum of Zoology and new research facilities, hopefully making the department more efficient and a better experience for our students. This is our library, which has just gone through a £40 million refurb. It now has more study spaces both for individuals and groups, better access for wheelchair users, a new system for borrowing books, and uses 40% less energy, and has a new cafe. And finally, our cafes have been updated as well. They serve a wide range of vegetarian and vegan options, are fully cashless, and Dolce Vita, which is on the picture, is now a fully licensed espresso bar. In your first year of uni, you will most likely be living on campus, though you can choose not to. And if you do, our accommodation offer a large range of rooms, so you can choose exactly what you would like to prioritize. Well, you can be self-catered, so cook for yourself, or have a quick catered option where you use one of our many eating outlets. Though even if you are self-catered, you can always add catering options using your campus card. You can have your own bathroom, or you can share facilities. If you do decide to share your bathroom, you get a cleaner to help you keep things tidy. You can even request extra large beds in our premium rooms. Our accommodation often comes in flats, and in a few cases it comes in a corridor style, but this all helps to build a sense of community with your floor or your flat.
Okay, so we'll now explore what academic life is like here at Reading and the student support we have on offer for our students and our graduate outcomes. So there are many exciting opportunities for students during their time here at the university. Some courses offer field trips or classes. So for example, our geography students have been to Iceland, where they investigated the geological context of Iceland as a volcanic island on the mid-Atlantic ridge, exploring issues such as sustainable energy and food supply. All courses at Reading offer a placement option. For example, a professional placement year is available on many of our undergraduate programmes, and some courses also have shorter credit-bearing placements. Students at Reading may also have the opportunity to undertake a placement during the summer to gain valuable experience, and we have a dedicated placements team to support you if you did want to do any placements. Some of our courses also have the opportunity to study abroad with links to universities in Europe, Australia, the USA, Canada, Japan, and Hong Kong, just to name a few. Most notably, our language students will go and spend time studying overseas to enhance their linguistic skills and intercultural understanding. All of our students have the opportunity to learn a language through our institution-wide language programme, giving them skills which are highly regarded by employers. There are also many opportunities for you to get involved with volunteering, which again will enhance your skills and are fantastic to add to your CV. And finally, internships typically take place over the summer, so between 6 to 12 weeks, and also provide you with fantastic relevant experience of the working world. The student support services that we have at the university are co-located in the Carrington building up on our White Knights campus, which you can see on screen at the moment. Here you can access services such as immigration and international support, financial support and advice, careers advice. Our campus jobs team are based here, so this is a one-stop shop for all temporary work on campus at the university. So they provide one-off opportunities and regular shift work for our Reading students. You can also access here disability support, counselling and wellbeing, and we also have a student help desk, and they can help you with questions about enrolment, council tax certificates, rail card applications, reference requests, just to name a few there. At Reading, we have a students' union called RUSU. We have over 100 different societies, so these are run for students by students. you are sure to find something that you like. So by joining a society, it's a great way to make friends, meet like-minded people, be part of new experiences, develop your skills, or you could discover something new. Our societies generally fit into the categories of academic and career, arts, campaign and causes, culture and faith, hobbies and interests, and finally politics. For example, we have societies for chemistry, law, comedy, music, environmental conservation, feminism, LGBTQ+. We have an Afro-Caribbean society, we have a Sikh society, we also have a gaming and esports society, a sign language society, and a model UN society. So there really is something for everyone. There are lots of volunteering projects to get involved in as well. So, for example, Reading Knights Canoe Club have been cleaning up the River Kennet and the River Thames. And we also have 51 sports clubs. So, some are purely recreational, so just for fun. Others compete at local, regional, or national level. A few examples of the sports clubs we offer are archery, cricket, football, rugby, sailing, swimming, and weightlifting. So as previously mentioned, we are very proud to have achieved an 84% satisfaction rating from our students. We are also extremely proud to say that 94% of our students are employed or are in further study within 6 months of graduating. 76% of our students are in graduate level employment or study 6 months after graduation, and of those working full time, 80% are in professional or managerial roles. We have great links with a wide range of companies who attend our career events and offer placements to our students. On screen, you can see a few examples of those companies that our graduates have gone on to work with. So, for example, the NHS, the BBC, and Microsoft. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about our global impact. So research at the University of Reading aims to solve some of the biggest problems facing people today. Working across continents and disciplines, our researchers explore ways to tackle climate change, improve human health, provide food security, and understand human culture. The quality of research at the University of Reading is highly regarded nationally and internationally. Our desire to create knowledge that benefits society drives our active and diverse research agenda to make a real difference to the pressing challenges facing the world today. Some examples of our popular publications include research finding that saturated fats aren't always bad for us, and research that showed climate change could make severe in-flight turbulence up to 3 times more likely by 2050 by increasing a process called vertical wind shear in the jet stream. And if you'd like to find out more about those, you can find our research over on our website. To give you a further example of the impact of our research, Professor Ed Hawkins, who is a professor of climate science here at the University of Reading, he created the climate stripes that you can see in the image on screen. This has been shared by millions around the world. The climate stripes show how average annual temperatures have risen since 1850, using shades of red and blue as an accessible way to indicate cooler and hotter years. For this work and for other work that he has done, he was appointed an MBE for services to climate science and science communication in the New Year's Honours List for 2019. Most currently, we are working together with partners to support efforts to fight COVID-19, treat the disease, and mitigate the impacts of the coronavirus crisis. Here you can see Dr. Suzanne Herbst from our School of Pharmacy volunteering at a COVID-19 testing lab, helping NHS frontline staff get back to work quickly and safely. You can find more about what we are doing to support the COVID-19 crisis over on our website.
So now that you've heard all about Reading and what we can offer you, we just wanted to tell you how you can get involved with Reading today and what we can do for you today. So we have many online courses on FutureLearn. You can find a link to this in the handout. And these courses are free, and they can help you figure out what subject you might like to study in the future. We have courses in programming, archaeology, biology, and many, many more. We even have a course on right now about how COVID-19 is affecting teenagers' moods. As you know, we run lots of webinars like this one. Our topics range from how to apply to university to how to manage your budget while at university. We also have a more relaxed webinar where we discuss things that many presentations leave out, and we call this the things I wish I had known. We all talk about the things that we wish we had known before going to university. Virtual taster days have replaced our in-person taster days, but we have many coming up, as well as summer days where you can get a feel for a subject you could study at Reading and what our lecturers and students are like, and see some of our facilities. We have events coming up in property management, architecture and pharmacy, and many more. We just had our open days, but our October dates are already up, and we will also have upcoming smaller campus visits, so keep an eye out for those. And while you wait for those, you can see our campus and our many facilities through our virtual campus tours and through our YouTube links. To find all of these, just download the handout and there will be links taking you all the way through to those. So that's it for our presentation today. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope you found it useful. You can still ask us questions, so keep them coming in. We won't be logging off until we have answered all of them. And we want to make sure that all your questions are answered while you are here. So do let us know if you have any questions. So I'm going to invite Gemma back up and we can take a look at your questions and help with anything you might be asking. Hi, Gemma. Was there anything in the Q&A section?
Hi, Edit. So we have a question here. Does the bus come right onto campus, or do students have to walk off campus to a different bus stop?
Yeah, so it comes straight onto campus. There's two major stops on campus. One drops you right in front of the main administration building, and the other one drops you next to one of the most used academic teaching buildings. So that's really, really useful. And actually, there's several points just outside of campus where the bus stops, because it's such a big campus. We need lots and lots of bus stops. So yeah, definitely comes onto campus. I think it's just over £2 for a whole day ticket, but you can just buy a single ticket. And even though we're a 10-minute bus ride away, some people end up walking the distance anyway, because it's quite a nice town, Reading.
Great, thanks. We've also got another question here. You mentioned accommodation on campus. If students didn't get a place in that accommodation, are there accommodation options in the rest of the town of Reading?
Definitely. So there's lots of options in Reading itself to find accommodation, and we will help you to try and find accommodation. We do guarantee first year accommodation for anyone who puts us down as a firm choice and applies for accommodation before the 1st of August. So that kind of works through every year. So if you do decide to apply to Reading and then come to Reading, make sure that you apply for your accommodation in time. But even if that doesn't happen, we try and help you with accommodation. So one year I was attending international arrivals to Reading, and even for international students it's even harder. And a girl just turned up and didn't even look at accommodation, never booked anything, didn't let us know that she needed accommodation, and we still managed to find her accommodation on the day. So we will do everything we can to help you, even if you're not a firm choice, you already applied.
That's great. That kind of leads on to the next question that's come in about meeting and greeting international students. What else did you do as part of that edit? Did you do anything specific to help international students settle in?
So for international students, there'll be, I think, a window of like 4 or 5 days for arrivals right before everything starts. And we will have people greeting you at the airport and putting you on the right shuttle bus to come to Reading. And there's actually a shuttle coming from Heathrow to Reading. So we just put you on that bus and someone collects you from there as well. So every step of the way, you'll have someone with you. And then similar to arrivals for UK students will have many of our support systems open and ready for you to come to ask questions. So signing up for campus jobs or a RUSU or anything like that, we'll have tables ready to welcome you. So it should all be really, really easy, whether you're international or not.
That's great. That's really helpful. We've had a question come in. Is it more or less expensive to live on campus rather than off campus?
I think it's all to do with your budgeting. The great thing about on-campus accommodation, and this is why first years really like it, is all your bills are counted in as one. So your water bill, electricity bill, council tax, which is, discounted anyway as a student, but all of those are all in one bill. So you don't have to, fight with flatmates as to who's going to pay when or anything like that. You just pay your one lump sum, and it helps to budget really well. Whereas when you get those little bills coming in, some of the prices can vary throughout the year. So for example, you'd be using less heating in the summer than in the winter. So I think it's all about budgeting. What would you say, Gemma? What's your experience with that?
Yeah, I definitely think it comes down to individual students as well in terms of sort of how much you would spend. So you will have your sort of static bills, so the things that you will definitely need to pay for per month. So obviously your accommodation you will have to pay for, and then if you have a phone bill or anything else that you need to keep up payments on, and then everything else, so your food, your travel, your social life, that's where you can budget a bit more. So whatever you've spent on your accommodation or your other static bills, then you should be able to work out how much money you've got left to then spend on those other things. So particularly, for example, with your food, if you're living in a house with other people, you don't all need to have 2 pints of milk sat in the fridge. You could share that cost between the people that you live with. Same with washing up liquid. You don't all need washing up liquid lined up next to the sink. You could all share a bottle of washing up liquid and share the cost of washing up liquid. And there's loads of ways to get discounts as a student. So have a look into getting a totem card that gets you discounts to lots of high street shops and restaurants. You could use uni days, you could use student beans as well. A lot of shops give discounts to students, and on nights out there might be student nights where the prices are a little bit cheaper than they would normally be as well. So there's loads of ways that you can make your money go further.
That's great. I just seen another one come in about how well Reading is connected to other parts of the country. So transport links with places like London or Birmingham, how are our transport links?
Yeah, so we have great transport links. So we are only, I think it's a half an hour train journey away from London Paddington Station. We have as Edit said before, the buses that come right onto campus and will take you into town. For all of us, all of staff that are on the webinar this afternoon, we are all based in different parts of the UK, and we find it easy to travel to the campus. So for example, as I said before, I'm based in the West Midlands. We've got staff on the line who are based on the West Coast. Edit is based, as you said, down on the South Coast. So it is easy to travel to. So if you live in a different part of the UK and you're worried about how you'd get back home, in the holidays or whatever, do have a look at our transport links, with the train journeys and things like that as well.
Yeah, it's actually quite amazing with trains from Southampton to our offices. It's actually quicker by train and walking from the train station than it would be to drive, just because Reading is a fairly old town. So because we work on the campus nearer to the town centre, the flow of traffic in the morning around 9 o'clock can be not as quick as you'd hope. So actually trains are quicker, which is great. And the bigger campus is easier to reach, but the smaller campus, the London Road one, definitely trains are better.
I've got a question for you, Edit. So you've worked at the University of Reading for a number of years now. What would you say is your favourite thing about the university?
I think I could go like more like a bigger USP, but one of the things we recently started doing that's amazing that I really, really like is we have a food fair every Thursday. These stalls come on and you know, all sorts of food from all over, but it kind of shows how good the community is on campus. So the staff are always working for towards new experiences to make sure that student experience is really full and varied, and you always get different opportunities. I know that with the new term coming up, they're trying to make sure that no matter whether you can be there in person or not, there are ways for you to get involved and always do something. So I think it's the community that is always really lovely, probably helped along by the fact that we're in just this one big park, so everyone's just quite friendly and easy to get on with, which is lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
um I think that's it. Do you have anything else to add, Gemma?
No, I just want to remind everyone to download the handout. So there are loads of useful links in there to our virtual tours, to the UCAS website, information on student finance, and of course our future webinars. So we run regular webinars, as Edit mentioned. So we are starting a Things I Wish I'd Known sort of podcast style webinar. That's starting on the 15th of July. So you can find the registration links in the handout, as I say. So the gist of that webinar is that hindsight is a great thing, and we have 4 of us in our team. You know, it's been a few years since we graduated. There are lots of things that, you know, looking back, we wish we'd have maybe done a little bit differently, advice we would give our younger selves, and we work in this industry as well. So we've got lots of advice that we want to pass on to you guys. So check that out. And we also run subject webinars as well, and also webinars to do with personal statements and student finance and things like that as well, to really help you guys out. So that concludes the webinar today. If you do have further questions, our contact details are in the handout as well. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, bye.